And as you can see here, ice hockey is too cold.
Sustained. This is sport court. Now calling fans versus the pace of play.
Yes, Your Honor. There's been a lot of people talking about how they don't like baseball. There's a real problem in the game, and it has to do with pace of play. So the fact of the matter is, baseball is far too fast. It is a very high-paced, speedy game, and that, leaves a lot of fans like me in the dust, because I can't quite keep up with all the things happening in the game. So what I'm suggesting is that we implement some rules to make the pace of play take the 3-hour traditional baseball game into maybe a 6 or 7 hour afternoon affair that can bring more entertainment to the people.
Now calling to the stand, fans versus the number of damn teams. Can someone talk to these people about the language? Anyway, who are you?
My name's Dewey.
State your case.
Yeah, so there's too many damn teams. If you look across professional sports, you've got 30 baseball teams, 30 basketball teams, 31 hockey teams, and 32 football teams. And that's just way too many. Most of them are pretty bad. If you have fewer teams, that means all the good players are more concentrated, and every game on average is more likely to be what the kids call a banger, I believe. We get rid of all these bad teams. I don't have 16 teams in all major sports. And
16 combined?
They could just do like 4 football teams, 4 hockey teams, 4 baseball teams, 4 basketball teams. They travel around like Harlem Globetrotters, like where do they play? Everywhere. These 4 teams just play everywhere. Steph Curry playing the same team as Bryce Harper.
So we're also mixing sports here?
Why not?
Sorry, but I just don't think you got enough proof here to really say that we can do this, so overruled.
There's a list of things that we're going to be doing in baseball. For instance, there's not going to be a limit on mound visits. We're going to be able to talk to our pitchers as the team whenever we want to. There are going to be timeouts implemented when you need a break in between for your players out in the field, because they have to stand a whole long time, especially when the game gets longer and longer.
We have up next women versus equal sports coverage.
Your Honor, one of our biggest issues in sports right now is the lack of coverage of women athletes. 40% of athletes are women, but they only get 2 to 4% coverage in the media. That's absurd, and we need to fix this.
I hear what you're saying, but what about when they have children? This is just ridiculous. Overruled. Women.
So with this said, I would like to call a witness to the stand to provide further evidence to make baseball a more interesting sport.
Okay, we're calling Joe Schmo to the stand.
Could you tell the court your gripes with the sport of baseball at the current time?
Yeah, you're trying to watch a game and pitches are flying around and people are hitting the ball all over the place. I have no idea what's going on. I just want to slow down, enjoy my baseball. Maybe, drink a nice hot cup of tea during the game. I take a nap in the afternoon sometimes, and the game's happening, so I think maybe a little intermission so everyone can nod off and take a nap. That way I'm refreshed for the second half of the game. And when you get down to the wire, you're really trying to pay attention to which reliever's coming in. I'm awake and I know what's going on. Right now, they're just guys are coming in and out of the bullpen, and the manager's talking to the bench coach, and the bat boys running out. It's so cacophonous.
Indeed. Now, a follow-up question. Do you think that you feel overwhelmed when you watch a current MLB game?
Oh, absolutely. I need about 3-4 Xanax just to calm myself down from how absolutely insane it's. Where does sports go in all of this?
So you see, Your Honor, we're putting our fans at risk when we have such crammed content into one, really small 3-hour window. So with these rule changes, I think we can really, make the sport what it's meant to be.
Now calling to the stand O'Shaughnessy versus fans that deserve to be punched.
Hi, how are you?
Please state your case.
Hello, members of the court. My name is Donald McWhirster O'Shaughnessy. I'm from Revere Beach originally, and I bring before you a case today in which athletes should be able to punch one fan and or sideline reporter per season to be cashed in at any time that they would so choose.
And what is the supporting evidence for this case?
Well, I'm not sure if you're familiar with Males at the Palace, but Ron Artest just stormed into the stands and started punching this guy, because the guy apparently hurled a beer at him. But it was actually the wrong guy. Somebody else had hurled the beer, but then Artest started punching him, and everybody was like, Ron, you can't do that. But I thought Ron was kind of in the right there, because if he thought that the guy threw the beer at him, it's a good thing to do. You know, you gotta stick up for yourself. So I thought he was okay to do that, and I think that other players should also be okay to do that.
So what if we have another mix-up like that and they punched the wrong fan?
Well, no, that's what my rule would, if you examine the documents set before you, you would see that the player gets sort of a punch card that they can hand to an official at any point, and to ensure that they actually confront the correct fan. They pick them out of the stands, and then everyone lines up and watches as the player just fucking hurls fists at the
Okay, language is
fan.
fair in court.
Sorry, your lordship.
Well, I don't know if we need any more violence in sports, so I'm going to overrule.
This is bullshit. There's a conspiracy against Boston
Please
sports
get out,
fans,
sir.
and I know you know it. It's there. You all see it. You all know.
Next!
Another part, if you look in section 3, is that we're gonna be allowing relievers to throw one pitch only when they come into the game. Now, that is gonna mean that there's, a 4 or 5 minute break while they get warmed up and they have to, do their stretches, they throw a couple warm-up pitches. We're gonna have a lot more going on, but over a longer amount of time. So the relievers, that's gonna be a more engaging part of the game. We're also allowing pinch hitters. You can have,
All right. No one really gives a fuck about baseball. Sure. Sustain. Next.
Your Honor, I am of the belief that similar to how beach volleyball is in the Olympics, there should be beach variations of other sports such as bowling and or golf.
Sustain.
Your Honor, in basketball, there should be some sort of timer that tells players how long they have left to shoot. Maybe, hear me out. We call it the shot clock.
No. Overruled.
So I would like to propose that all drugs, including steroids, marijuana, meth, coke, definitely coke, I think they should be legal for professional athletes.
Would this extend to sport court judges?
Yes.
Sustained.
I would like to establish a professional lawn darts league. I believe that NBA Street and also NFL Street should be made into real-life sporting events instead of just being confined to video games.
Overruled.
I believe that NASCAR drivers should be allowed to throw shells at other cars out the window.
Overruled.
I believe you should be able to paper cut your opponents in basketball.
Overruled.